ago we were, just 2 years ago. There was no inflation. The war with Russia going into Ukraine would never, ever have happened. And we wouldn't be giving away $85 billion worth of equipment, and we wouldn't have had 13 dead soldiers, and we wouldn't have had many soldiers so horrifically injured that, and nobody talks about them, with no legs and no arms and blown to pieces, and nobody talks about them. Only modern-day incredible military medicine could have kept them alive, but they have to suffer for the rest of their lives. And we wouldn't have left American citizens behind. Would have been none of that. We had $1.87 per gallon gasoline. Think of that. Now it's going to close to $9 today. That's like 3 massive tax increases. Energy independence. And soon we were going to be energy dominant. We were going to be bigger in a short period of time than Russia and Saudi Arabia combined, much bigger. And a lot of that energy was going to come from a place known as Wyoming. You know that, right? But they don't do that. I see there's a lot of trucks sitting idle right now. How crazy, how stupid. But we'll go to Venezuela to buy it. That's where we're going. We're going to buy it from Venezuela. You know, Russia, I don't know if you know, but you look at their currency, it's at an all-time high because oil is so high right now, highest it's ever been, that as bad as they're doing and as much as they're spending, the ruble is at an all-time high because they're taking in so much money. You want to stop the war? Drive down the price of oil. Drive down the price of energy. You want to stop it? Stop with the windmills that kill all your birds and destroy your environment. And it's the most expensive energy on earth. You want to stop the war? Drop that price down to $30 and $40 a barrel. That war will stop. You know, a person said this. They say it was Napoleon, but some people disagree. But if it wasn't him, I hope not, because I'd like to take credit for it. To fight a war and win a war, you need 3 things. You know what they are? Money, money, and money. And Russia is making a fortune with what oil is selling for. And they'll only accept now rubles. They'll only accept it in their currency. You'll end up with no dollars. You'll end up with nothing. And look at what's happening to our country. We had the biggest tax cuts ever. We had the biggest regulation cuts ever. We had historic job numbers, much, much more than you have today. Today's incredible. They show it's a 3.5%, under 4%. But it is totally fake news because they're not counting all these people that have decided maybe they'd never want to work again. People that have businesses, they can't hire anybody. And yet we had 164 million people working, and they have much, much less than that today. So we were doing things that nobody has ever seen, including rebuilding the military, including Space Force. How about Space Force? Including Right to Try, where if you're terminally ill, you get to use medicines that may or may not work instead of going to China, going to Europe, or going home if you have no money to die. And Right to Try, they've been trying to get it for 56 years. I got it done. I got it done. Right to Try. And thousands of lives have been saved. These are people terminally ill. The government used to say, we can't give it to a terminally ill person because we may hurt them. No, they're going to die. But it wasn't as simple as all that. But we took away the liability. We got everybody to sign. And I'll tell you, we saved thousands and thousands of lives. It's incredible. On this Memorial Day weekend, we are honored to be joined by Royce McCollum, the Gold Star sister of a fallen warrior, Marine Lance Corporal Riley McCollum, who at 20 years old was among the 13 fallen service members horribly and unnecessarily killed at the Kabul airport last summer. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Thank you. Thank you. She lives here. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's very nice. Thank you very much. It's hard to say. So sad that that whole event took place. You take out your soldiers last. We didn't have one soldier killed. We didn't have one American killed in 18 months. I spoke to the head of the Taliban. The Taliban is tough, and they're smart. You know, when I say people are smart, oh, he said they're smart. They asked me, is President Xi of China, 1.4 billion people, is he smart? I said, yeah, he's smart. Very brilliant, actually. He called President Xi brilliant. What the hell am I going to say? He's running with an iron fist. 1.4 billion people. No, he's not smart. If you said Putin, now Putin's come down a long way. But if you said Putin was smart, you'd get excoriated. But if somebody else would have said it, it would have been okay. But you know, when I look at what we've been through and all of the things that we've been through, I said, I want to call up the Taliban. I want to speak to the Taliban. Jesse James, they said, why do you rob banks? He said, that's where the money is. Then they said, why is he speaking to the Taliban? Because that's where the problem was, right? In Afghanistan. So I got him, and I spoke to him a couple of times. Why is he speaking to the Taliban? You know why I'm speaking? Because I don't want soldiers killed. That's why I'm speaking to the Taliban. So I said, Abdul, wonderful to speak to you, Abdul. I'm sure you're a lovely person. These are fighters. These are people, they've been fighting for 1,000 years. They live in crevices. They're very good fighters. All you have to do is ask the Soviet Union, which became Russia, smaller. He's trying to build it up. It's not working so well because we're going to have a lot of land, but there's not going to be a lot on it. But there's a lot of death, a lot of death. But when you look, I said to him, Abdul, don't kill any soldiers. You kill any soldiers, you're going to be hit harder than anybody has ever been hit before. But Your Excellency, why do you say that? Your Excellency. He called me Your Excellency. I wonder if he calls Biden Your Excellency. I don't think Biden ever spoke to him, actually. I don't think Biden speaks to people like that. I don't think he doesn't want to speak to him. Your Excellency, but why do you say that? And I said, just don't kill any soldiers. You kill any of our soldiers, you're going to be hit harder than anybody's ever been hit, actually. And he then understood that. And then he said, Your Excellency, please tell me, Your Excellency, why? Oh, why did you send me a picture of my house? And I said, Abdul, you're going to have to figure that one out.